welcome back to another video tutorial, and in this video we are gonna create CRUD application. We're gonna create this using PHP, and we are gonna using object-oriented programming to create that. And to connect with database, we are gonna using PDO, and basically the UI I create using Bootstrap. So let's take a look how this application work. So in here we have a create post. When I click the create post, we have the modal, and in here we can type in the title and the content as well. So let's copy content in here and paste in here, and the author, let's see, John Doe, and we can add post in here. As you can see, when I click the add post, we have the post 3 in here. So basically we can edit for every single post. For example, I want to edit maybe post 1. As you can see in here, the author, we have John Doe, right? And we can update for everything in here, with even the title, content, and the author as well. The content, I want to remove everything, and I want to say content 1 has been updated. Okay, when I click the update post, as you can see, post 1 is going to be automatically showing in the index, and we have updated in the content. So, and we can delete for every single post. For example, I want to delete this post 1, and when I click that, now post 1 is gone. Okay, and I click delete again, post 2 is gone, and delete again. Finally you have post is empty. Okay, so basically this is what we are gonna create. And for the first is I'm gonna show you how we create the database. And basically I'm using MySQL workbench. Of course you can use PHP my admin. And let's see, localhost PHP my admin. Alright, this is the interface for PHP my admin. You can create a database in here. It's so really easy to do that. I know you have already know about PHP my admin. So in this video I'm gonna create the database using MySQL workbench, which is a really good UI graphic user interface for MySQL. And so let's do that. Oh yeah, for the default you have user call a root, and the password is empty. So the first step, what we are gonna do is create a database. So let's create database with name OOP block. Okay, so let's use the database, which is OOP block. And now let's create table with name post. The first is ID, and data type should be integer, and it's gonna be auto increment. And next is gonna be title. C varchar, and 255. Next it should be the body, and say varchar. Oh no, the body we need to using tags, and outer, right? Say varchar, set to 255, and the last is gonna be date create. It should be timestamp And for the default, let's set to current timestamp. Okay, cool. And for the primary key, let's set the ID. Right, so let's run this. I hope that work. Cool, you have a green check in here, which is everything is work. So let's select everything from post. All right, so finally this is what we have: 5 column, and for every column is you don't have any value. So let's insert value, insert into post, and to insert the title, body, and the author. Title, body, and author, and set to date, create. Okay, for the values, for the title, let's see, post 1, and the body, let's see, this is post 1, and for the author, let's set to John Doe, and the date create, let's set to now, which is function. So let's run that. We have a green check in the button, so let's select everything from posts. So now we have the data. Okay, close that out. So let's close the database, and you have to go to exam folder and go to htdocs, and let's see, oh, where is that? Okay, this is folder what I'm creating my project. So let's open in VS Code. I'm using Visual Studio Code for text editor. Of course, you can use any text editor you like. Alright, this is the folder I have been created. So let's remove everything because we want to start from scratch. Okay, so delete that, it's empty. So now we have empty. When I refresh right here, now everything is empty. All right, cool. So the first is, let's create file called index.php and create a folder. Let's close that out. Let's create a folder called classes. This is we are gonna put every class in this folder, and we're gonna create another folder called includes. And finally, let's create a folder again. Know what I'm doing this. Let's create a folder in root, set to templates. All right, so let's go to a Bootstrap. Let's make it a little bigger. So click the get started. And what we need to do is just copy the starter template, copy that, and go to index and paste in here and save. So reload the browser. Now we have hello world. Cool. So in templates, let's create a header and footer. So header.php and footer Oh, and another file called footer.php. All right, in index, let's copy everything and pasting in here. Save. And for the script, copy that and paste in footer. And let's go to header and let's change the title to CRUD, not cruise, dash PHP dash OOP and PDO. Right? Let's, yeah, I want to make it that little bigger so you can see very clearly. Yeah. And let's create a class in here called container. I want to put everything to container. Okay, so for the div, I want to put in the footer right here. Okay, cool. Save and close the footer and the index as well. No, the index is not. So go to index, and in the very top we need to open PHP tag, and in here what we need to do is require once. Require once, and we're gonna looking for template folder, and file name is gonna be header. All right, and let's copy everything in here and paste under in here, and it's gonna be a footer, right? Footer. So now save and take a look what we have. All right, so basically we have the same thing, but the hello world is gonna push to the right side because we wrap everything in with a container, right? Next is let's go to the Bootstrap documentation and let's see, let's search for modal and click that. All right, so let's scroll down, and this is what we are gonna using. So let's copy everything and paste in here like so, and save, and go to the browser and reload. Now we have the modal. Cool, really awesome. But now let's change the text to create posts. And what we need to do next is let's change the target to add post modal. Add post, what is that? And for the ID, of course, we need to set the same, all right? ID right here, remove that, set to add post. Why I'm post modal. Okay, save and just make sure it's worked just fine. So let's reload and click that, it's work. Cool. But I want to wrap the button in the class center. So let's create a class with name text center. So let's grab the button, put in here, and make that something like that. And in here what we need to do is create margin top and bottom. We need to set 5. Okay, save, and now reload in the browser. This is what we have. All right, cool. So next is, let's change the title in here to add new post. Add new post. And for the modal body, we don't need the 3 dot in here. So let's create a form in modal body. So let's make comment. It's gonna be form input. So let's create a form. And basically we are gonna do is create a form group. And label, we don't need the for, remove that. And first it's gonna be title, and let's create the input. Type is gonna be tags, and let's give a class in here, form dash control, to make that full width. Okay, and let's give a name because we want to send that in the another page. We're gonna create method post in here, and we're gonna get the name. So the name is gonna be equals to post title, post dash title. All right, and we need to create something like required in here. Okay, so save just for make sure it's work. Now we have a title. Okay, let's close that out. So let's just copy and paste a couple times. And second I want to do is content. And the name is going to be post content. And the last is going to be outer. And this is going to be post outer. So let's close that out. And for the modal footer, we have a button, right? But we need to put the modal footer inside a form, something like that. And we're gonna change the type to submit. And let's change the text to add post. So now save and see what we have. Now we have title, content, outer, and close, and the add post. Cool. So far so good. So in here, let's create a div with class row, and let's create a call dash md dash 6. Whoa. And let's create a card. It's gonna be card body. Say h5. It's gonna be, let's create h5 with a class card dash title, and side in here let's create post 1. Okay, let's create a paragraph with class card That's tags. Inside in here, let's create lorem. And under a paragraph, let's create head 6 with the class card dash subtitle. And let's create a text dash mute. And we're gonna push the text to the right side. So right. All right, in head 6, what we need to do is just make that inline. Say outer, it should be John Doe. All right, and under head 6, we need to create a button. Let's say class btn dash warning is gonna be for edit, and copy and paste. Second is gonna be danger, all right, for the red color, and text is gonna be delete. All right, so save. Oh yeah, we need to create a tool. So let's copy that and let's change the title to post 2. All right, so now save and see in the browser. We have post 1 and post 2. Okay, it's hard code. It's not from database, of course, but this is for part 1 video, guys. In the next video, we are gonna connect it to the database. So just make sure you stay tuned in my channel. So bye.